Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our talk show. I'm Josh,
I'm DJ.
and I hope our mics are working. Okay, they are.
God, I hope so. Hello, hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
And welcome back to our 134th episode.
Welcome back to our talk show.
If you're not subscribed, don't forget to do that.
Don't forget we have audio versions on Anchor FM, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasting needs.
Apple FM.
Yeah, I forgot Apple Podcasts, but fuck Apple.
It's like 80% of our thing.
80% of our thing. Also, don't forget that this month's charity is Kids in Need Foundation, because all month of August is back to school month for children.
And they just did a census kind of thing, and 1 in 3 children do not have school supplies. So, if you want to do your part, click on the link below.
Hello, GoldenEye.
Golden Eye. That guy's
I
awesome.
wonder if we'll get Steve on YouTube today.
I know he's waiting
He's just waiting, like,
between
for
classes. He's becoming a doctor at Harvard.
fucking Steve.
In his spare times, he makes up Viking stories.
Makes up Viking stories. How's it going, GoldenEye? What else do I have to say? I think that's it. I think it's random fact time.
Random fact time. Nuclear bombs and video games are created by the same guy, William Heigenbohm,
See, I feel like
a German.
that's just, I don't know. When I was watching the documentary, right, the video game documentary, that's not how it.
Well, when the
What
time
they
nuclear
said.
bombs were being made, this guy created a video game in 1958 called Tennis.
Tennis.
And it was like Pong. Yes.
Right, which later known probably to become Pong,
But yeah, he was co-founder of the nuclear bomb.
nuclear bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the Tri-5.
Not atomic bomb, nuclear.
Oh, okay.
Atomic bomb was Einstein. That's when they go, oh shit, let's not go that hard.
Oh shit.
So crazy how that happened, because they took the smaller fighter jets to drop the bombs, so the guy in Japan on the radar ignored it.
Hiroshima.
Yeah, he just ignored it because it wasn't nothing, and then boom, probably looked out the window, and
And
the
it
phone
was.
rang. How'd you try to answer that phone call?
Right. What just happened? Well, he probably didn't answer the phone call. He was probably dead.
Well, no, before it got, so it's like Hiroshima's over here and like Japan's over here, and it got through Japan to get to Hiroshima.
Oh Jesus. War is just crazy all around. Like the things that happen.
Well, big war's been going on for either it was religion or territory. This, I don't know what it is because it's not territory. It's not like Germans gonna invade. We took over the U.S. The United Canada's like, no. Like,
Well, they were saying like back in the what was it, the 1800s or whatever, during the U.S. and English War.
well, that was on America's soil.
Right, they were coming here to fight. The thing is because we had an ocean between us, a lot of their troops weren't fucking making it here because they were dying on the boats.
Well, yeah,
Right.
imagine that. You got a telegram out by boat to England going, hey,
We need reinforcements.
these people are pissed. They fucking threw some tea in the fucking in the harbor. I think they want to go to war. Like, well,
Like-
ask them. Another boat has to come. Like,
sent by carrier pigeon
That's
across the
it.
sea.
that guy ate.
That got ate. Yeah. Took a dip, got ate by a shark. All right, well, that was an interesting random fact. You want to head
thought
into
so.
the news?
No good news today, guys. I'm sorry.
No good news.
No,
all bad
oh my
news.
God. Not like last Wednesday's news was great.
All
You
day.
should check that out. McDonald's suing someone.
All right, Wednesday's news was funny.
This one,
It was-
Earth struck Haiti is lashed by heavy rains after the tropical storm hit them too.
Earthquake.
They were hit by a 7.2 magnitude tremor on a Saturday, and then Monday they got hit by a tropical storm.
Damn, that's bad
And the
timing.
president died.
That's terrible timing.
That is, sorry, Haiti.
Right?
That sucks.
An earthquake,
Then a tropical storm.
then a tropical storm. You know, we were supposed to get hit by the tropical storm, but
That was the first one.
we just got banned. So like we didn't.
No, we
even-
didn't get that either. It went all the way to the fucking west. Saturday morning went to
Tampa
work.
and Homestead and stuff.
Oh yeah, they got hit. But Saturday morning is supposed to hit us at least with the bands.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it was raining in the morning. Didn't have much people at my job. I was like, hey, might be an early day. But then I played the Wolf of Wall Street. We're not going anywhere. And then it was sunny the rest of the day until I think 8 p.m.
I'm gonna get all of your hopes up and then get mad if you want to go home.
No.
That sounds about right. Like I'm gonna say well, it might be an early day.
He wasn't even there.
No, fuck you.
He wasn't even there. He doesn't come in till later. So he didn't even know about it.
Might be an early day.
No, they said that. And I played the Wolf of Wall Street.
See, that's like, we don't get earthquakes here.
No, we're not under a fault line.
All we get here is tropical storms, tornadoes.
Unless there's a really big earthquake somewhere else, then we get a tidal wave. But never happened.
I've never seen a tidal wave.
Only in Japan.
Never seen a tidal wave.
No.
Thank God. Like, they're not,
We'll be, wait, what? How far are we underwater? Or under?
Oh, look who made it back. Steve. My blonde steed and I have been role-playing. She's made me purchase blonde and brown beards.
I'm telling you, study to be a doctor at
Her
Harvard.
dressed like Josh, and I dressed up as TJ.
That's a yummy sandwich.
Bro, if she dressed up like Josh, I feel bad for you.
I can't believe she was into that.
I really do. Like.
Does she have back pain?
See, and the worst part, right, is like I totally get why he wanted to dress up like me. I am a sexy burly man. Okay.
Well, I guess I'm the woman.
I mean, yeah. The way you
Well,
complain and act.
why did his girlfriend want a beard?
Why did his girlfriend want a beard? He didn't want to be pulling on the beard for the bearded ladiness.
Shout out to Steve for going to
Shout out to
Harvard.
Steve.
He's gonna be a doctor.
Bro, when we do our first haters edition, Steve is our guy.
Steve's the guy, bro.
Steve's the guy. He's coming on, or he's gonna ride in on his steed.
Hope you come to our live show, Steve.
Come to our live show, Steve. Fuck you guys, you suck.
Yes, Steve.
Yes, it's Steve. Thank God Steve's there.
We only did the live show for Steve.
Only did the live show
Just
for
so Steve can come out.
I almost look forward. Last week when Steve wasn't here, I was upset. I was like,
That
"Where's
was a Wednesday, though. He
Yeah,
usually
Steve
comes in
doesn't come on
Tuesday.
Wednesdays. That's weird.
Steve
Steve must be busy on
Steve, are you
Wednesdays.
busy on Wednesday afternoons?
He might be. He might have other things to do than to fuck with us.
I hope you don't meet Brent.
It's all right. Brent's getting old.
But yeah, Haiti got struck, bro. They have bad luck.
Oh, it's just two in a row.
Not even days to recuperate.
And it's like, how do you prepare for something like that? Like here in Florida.
Well, that earthquake came out of nowhere.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like here in Florida, we prepare for hurricanes. They
knew the tropical storm was coming.
Well, after
they got
Andrew,
hit by Fred.
After Andrew, Florida switched gears. They're like, we can't.
It's Katrina.
Right. Well, Andrew, Katrina. Well, because it was like three right in a row.
No, Andrew was in the 90s. Katrina, that year we got hit by Wilma, Katrina.
Right.
All of them. And that's when we switched
Didn't
gears.
have power for like 6 months out of the year. Nobody had shit.
Couldn't go to school.
Nobody.
I'm not old, bitch.
What?
We know you're not old, Brent.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Streamlabs says they should do a poll.
What?
Should we do another giveaway, yes or no? And now we just ended the stream for a minute.
Did it really? Oh, yeah, everything's frozen.
I don't know why.
YouTube's not frozen.
Twitch went frozen for a minute.
Yeah, so did Facebook. Where did Brent comment? Oh, Twitch is back.
I don't know why you say he was old. I never said you were old. So I hope you never meet him.
I was like,
We're talking shit.
I was like, y'all are old.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you guys are old. You're like, what are you like?
Brent's like
40?
32.
Brent's younger than you, yeah, but I mean, you're old.
I'm 35, 6.
35, 6? 38, 39, 40, almost through a midlife
But no,
crisis.
after Katrina, we didn't get hit for 10 years. We had to prepare
Right,
to put the lines underground.
But we started moving over from like the electrical lines up in the air to put them into the ground.
Concrete poles.
Right. Well, we didn't really have a whole lot of problem with like building structures not holding up.
7-Eleven collapsed.
Yeah, well, places like that who
And then the
just,
poles came down. Yeah, that's why they started doing concrete.
But you have to remember, like 7-Eleven, your
Who's the
place,
awning?
right, was the awnings and stuff like that. But that's because you have to remember places like that, they're corporate. Okay, so they do shit cheap, right? And they make it all the
We don't
same
need
way.
steel, we need aluminum.
Right, and they're not thinking about like, oh, Florida gets hurricanes, maybe we should, reinforce our shit, which, and they paid the price. They turned around and had to pay for that shit.
Oh, they didn't. FEMA did.
Well,
They have hurricane insurance if you're in Florida.
I'm sure,
It's required.
But
any property that you buy, you have to have hurricane insurance.
Right, but FEMA turned around and was like, well, we got you this time, but next time, you're fucked.
Get my FEMA check.
Right, you're not getting your FEMA check.
Haiti don't have FEMA.
Right.
Poor Haiti. We had to, like right before they got hit, the commercials were playing in America.
And because it's a poor country, they don't build.
Well, you saw what happened to the government.
Right. All right, moving on. What we got now?
All right, people can die. Texas bill will strip workers for water breaks.
What?
Yeah, some new bills being passed. The first one says every 4 hours, construction workers and people get 10-minute water break.
Like people outside.
Yeah, and now they're trying to take it away.
I mean, like, every place I worked, if you need water, you drink water. Like, especially here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because it's hot,
Texas
humid.
is hot?
Well, yeah, but they're not surrounded by water. Well, I guess they kind of are.
Now there's, people outside protesting and shit.
That's crazy. Like, I don't see why... What?
That's every 4 hours. That means it's only a 20-minute break for an 8-hour shift. You need to calm down.
Right.
If they need water, you need water.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry to say, right? Like, if I need water, I'm going to get water. You're not gonna be like, no, you can't have no water right now. And be like, well, you can suck my dick.
Yeah.
Right.
Continue welding. No.
I'm gonna grab some water and then I'll go continue. Like, how long does it take to grab? I can go grab a bottle of water out of the fridge and walk back to my station and drink the water
while I'm welding.
Right, while I'm welding, because even welding, that's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot work, Well, it really depends, right? Because
Texas is hitting 100 degrees and shit.
Right, but some places are outside welding, some places are inside. At least have the overhang, right? But a lot of those places don't have AC inside. That's like auto body. Okay, that's hot work. A lot of people don't have AC in their shops, or working out of bays.
There's aluminum fucking sheds that people work out of. There's no AC in there.
Well,
they fucking heat up like an oven because of the heat.
Those are meth labs. That's why those have to be hot.
No, you do something like that. Like they do when they cut wood and stuff out of. Oh man.
The one they cut with the meth labs.
Or even the worst ones when you do a place so there's no AC, no electricity.
You know what? It used to always confuse me, like when you watch movies and they're in a meth lab, right? But everyone's naked, like in their bras and panties, counting the money, doing the meth or whatever.
Electricity.
I'm like, why the fuck are they naked? Like
2 parts. A, so they can't steal.
So you can't steal nothing.
2, the static electricity.
Right, and it's like I'm like, well, I don't want my belly hanging out while I'm trying to break up some. Oh no, I got meth on me.
Well, it's all women.
Then you absorb it through your
women.
Right, but the men are in the back walking around with guns and shit.
Yeah, far enough.
Right.
But it's not only meth; it's cocaine. It's everything. They always have no.
No, I'm just saying, in the movies, I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
The fuck?
In the movies, if it doesn't matter if it's meth or cocaine or heroin, they have no clothes on.
Some new special drug they're making. But no, as far as...
And that's how we got corona.
As far as, fucking no water breaks every 4 hours, fuck you. I get water when I want.
Texas, they must have a union.
Right.
I understand in Florida we don't have one, in New York and stuff, but I think other states still have unions.
Unions are basically job-based, though.
Police does. So I know the police have unions.
Right, but that's because there's police in every state.
Well, back in the day, everyone had unions.
Truckers have unions now because there's truckers in just pretty much every state. There's trucks everywhere.
I'm sure construction workers must have unions. Well, depending on what. Because Florida's a right-to-work state, hence why we don't have unions.
Well, I think what ends up happening is the day laborers, the ones who go to a third party.
Well, teachers had unions too.
Right, but day laborers, they're just there for maybe a day, 2 days.
Oh yeah.
On a job, nobody really gives a hot damn about
we
them.
need a helper for the weekend or the
right.
week.
And then when you get a day laborer, nobody that's the dude you work fucking hard.
Right? And he gets paid less than everyone there.
Right.
Fucking minimum wage.
Mm-hmm. But you see, that's that bullshit I'm talking about. It's like,
Temp. Well, they're called temp workers.
you know.
Well, usually temp ones go to like to do like offices and stuff, and day laborers go do
bust your ass
labor.
for an employee, and then, you know,
You might get to come back,
yeah, you might get to come back.
and if you drive, you get more money.
Or you didn't get to drink water except for every 4 hours like a horse.
They do try work. Yeah, I mean, the last day I was a day laborer. I was at the dump, and they tried to get me go in a methane hole, and I was like, no, I'm done now.
Even animals are required to have water at all times,
Right?
Like you can't. Which I'm not saying they shouldn't be, right? Like
I
you
don't know
should
if it's
give your
gonna pass,
animals
though.
give your animals water, you know.
Because I think that's one of those things that the people have to vote on too.
Well, but then the next problem is like bills like that. There's normally like 40 bills on the docket, right?
Yeah.
So it's you fucking pass one thing. They're like, yeah, less
it's
traffic.
It's with it.
And then, but that's what I'm saying, right? So like you pass one thing, it's like, you know, yay, don't whatever,
Less pollution,
right? Less pollution
No water.
or something like that. But also, you don't get to drink water except for every 4 hours. You know, like it's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Steve got mad and left.
He's studying at Harvard. He's gonna be a doctor.
Is he? What?
Yeah, he does this whole Viking thing, fantasy, and his side work. He makes up lores and stories. It's part of his creative side.
Do you know this, Steve?
No, I have
Or
no
have you
idea
just
who the
started?
I have
have
no
you-
idea. I give him a backstory. He gives
have
us backstories. Why can't I give him one?
You just started writing him a backstory
That's
in your
it.
head.
Steve goes to Harvard to
Who
become a
is
doctor.
Steve? He
Steve's to
goes-
cure cancer.
He goes to Harvard.
He's just a dick on the side.
He's just a dick on the side. What do you do for fun? Well, I go and find
I troll people.
small time YouTubers, and I be it. Why couldn't you be like Mr. Beast and send us 10 grand for being small time
You
YouTubers?
know how much fucking Harvard cost?
Harvard costs a lot, right?
He didn't get on scholarship.
All that's going to Harvard. All right, what's that? So sorry to the people of Texas, you won't be able to drink water anymore.
This is the worst part. Next one. July was Earth's hottest month on record.
Like the Earth collectively.
Mm-hmm. Like throughout all time.
Like I really don't notice a difference here in Florida, to be honest.
Well, I guess other places felt it because we had heat waves, floods,
Right.
climate change, droughts. That one fire, they finally got it contained, but it was at 100% capacity. Like
Jesus.
going across the freaking.
Like I get that and stuff, you know, but it's like here in Florida, it's like it's always hot,
yeah, we got
right.
used to it.
and then like the rain comes in and it cools it off for a few seconds, then it
gets
rains
hotter.
again, and then it gets hotter, you know. So
But
it's
you're
like
also not out there for like 18 hours a day
not anymore.
to notice it.
You know, you forget I had a life before
No, I'm
I
saying
was
right
disabled.
now. I'm saying right now.
You know, I guess that's true. I go out to smoke cigarettes. I notice it's hot. You know, like I go outside and the temperature changes rapidly.
You know where the shade is, though.
Because I'm smart. I'm not-
when the shade's hot.
right,
Fuck.
when the shade's hot, it's like
No,
the shade's
here-
always hot.
Here in Florida, we got like, again, if you're in a cool house, it tricks you. See, in winter, you touch the doorknob to know if it's cold outside.
Right.
So when you wake up in a nice climate house and you go and open the door and it hits you like an oven at 4 o'clock in the morning and there's no sun outside, and you're wondering why you can't breathe that much, like
See, that's what fucks me up here.
fucks you up. At 4
Right,
o'clock
so
in the morning, you're fucking hot.
The
Hot is an understatement.
Right.
Brent sweats fucking from here to the car if it's hot outside
oh man.
instantly.
Well, it's like the 2
He
days.
knows the heat.
The 2 days that it's cold here.
Yeah.
Right.
The once in December and February, yeah.
Right.
Skips January.
It
every
really fucks me up, right? Because I'll go outside, it's cold. As soon as I come back inside, it feels like a sauna.
Oh yeah, because the temperature change
And I'm just like, fuck, I want to turn the AC all the way down to match the temperature
outside.
outside.
Or
But-
it fucks you up when you go out at 6 o'clock in the morning and then it's fucking hot as balls at 2 p.m.
Right.
And you're like, no, it was just
It was just cold.
that's that West Virginia. What was it? Tennessee feel. When we went to the flea market at 6 a.m. It was in July.
Oh yeah.
And it was like 43 degrees.
Cold as
and then
fuck.
the moment the sun came up, it hit 85.
Yeah.
That bitch went up 40 degrees.
Quickly.
Florida don't do that. It lets you know it's gonna be hot or it's gonna be cold.
That's it. That's gonna be our
When Florida
temperature today.
says, see, Tennessee says it's gonna be 42. That bitch stays 42.
Right.
And Florida goes, it might drop below tonight. That means before the sun comes up, bitch hit 32 degrees. But no, not in Tennessee. That bitch said 42 throughout the whole night.
I'm telling you, Maine was amazing for that. Like it's like, nope, it's 13 degrees. Like, there's just no way around it. Like,
See, I didn't feel it in West
It's-
Virginia until it hit like an 8 and the wind blew.
Huh.
But the wind wasn't blowing. Then I could feel it on my face. But here it's so wet. At 40 degrees, you can feel the coldness on your face.
I feel like a ham, right? Like when I came from here and went to Maine, I had absorbed so much heat over my lifetime, right? That I wasn't when
Your
I got
body
there,
heat,
right?
your
When I
core
got
temperature.
right. When I got people were I didn't understand it, right? Like I'd go in a store and people were standing next to me. I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, you are radiating heat, right? Like you were just a space heater right now. And I'm in a regular t-shirt and some pants, you know, my
Well,
black
try
and
going
khakis.
up north in January, and it's hot in Florida, so you're in shorts in the back of a truck. And then you decide to drive to Tennessee with your friends.
Well, I don't
And
know.
it kept getting colder and colder.
As much complaining as you do, I'm not quite sure how that ended up happening where you ended up in the back of the truck.
I don't know either. Well,
You know,
that was nice.
you were
I was
nice.
skinnier then.
You were skinnier. I feel like Brent could have handled it better, the cold better
Brent
than.
said, fuck that.
He said, I'd have been fine.
Brent said, shotgun, you're fucked. I was
Shotgun,
like, all
you're
right. How am I going to deny Brent shotgun? Lep was driving.
Well,
I can't
see,
deny Brent
I don't know why
shotgun.
you'd let Lep drive.
Because it's his truck, how we got up there.
I don't care. I wouldn't have let him drove. I don't know if you've met me, but you know.
You wouldn't have been this truck.
Yeah, but you know the rule. Like, people let me drive their cars.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because I'm not going with you unless I'm driving, right? So it's like it really depends on how bad you want me to go with, because I'll stay right the fuck where I am. Like I will not go on this adventure, right?
I used to driving Bob around.
But it was everybody. It was Bob, Panda, like anybody who come over. I was like, oh DJ, let's go here. I'm like, no, I'm
That's
driving.
because we were drinking.
I guess that helps too.
You're the sober driver.
You know? I was always the.
You used to have the car. We had the cars.
Right.
So you drive the car.
Well, and I could actually buy liquor and stuff because I look like an adult, and all of you look like children.
No, I was 21.
You know. Yeah, after a certain point.
I could buy beer and liquor, yeah.
I remember I was buying cigarettes at 13 years old
I was 15.
because I was fucking.
We had a store.
Yeah.
Everyone has a store.
Well, I go to pretty much any
DJ's
store.
the designated driver.
That's because, no offense, right? Regardless of who's in the car, right? I'm in the car. So I need to make it from point A to point B.
Ever since my mom threatened you.
Right? Like, that's what it is. It's not.
She told you to come down here.
It's not fear for my own life, you know. Like
when you're,
fucking-
the lady tells you to come down here because she doesn't want to yell. And you have to bend over, and this lady's threatening you, saying, if my baby gets in a car accident.
ridiculous.
He's like, your baby's a grown man.
Right,
Like, I don't care.
He's a grown ass.
She said, I didn't care. He
He's
gets
a-
hurt because of you.
He's older than me. Don't you think maybe, he should be the responsible one?
You're driving.
Never.
She said
Never.
you're the one driving.
I don't think you've been the responsible one ever in your life. Nope. It's everybody. Everybody else got to be responsible for little Josh. Ridiculous. What do we got next in the news, Josh? How do we start? Was that about? We started out
July was
about
the
heat.
hottest month
Yeah.
on record.
Jesus. Moved into.
Now everyone's like,
Car
I
crashes.
saw another news because we don't talk about politics, but they're talking about climate change and how it's real now.
I mean, technically it's politics, but
That's why I'm saying that's why I didn't put it in. Movie theaters in some cities now check for vaccine proof, raising fears about release dates or delays.
that's kind of politicky too.
Well, it's the movie theaters. No, the movie theaters are. Now they don't want to release movies if you have to do this because everyone's right not to get vaccinated. So they're on that side. Like, y'all do what the fuck you all want to do. That
Right.
shouldn't affect us.
Like I said, like
But it's up to the owner.
you know how I stand. I wear my mask, right?
And then that's getting to the point when they're like, you have
Right.
to show either you took a test. Like, what is it? Maroon 5's having a concert, and they're like, you have to show your card.
See, I wouldn't go to something like that anyways,
Well,
just
even
because
if
I
We
don't.
wouldn't know.
Just well, I mean, it's not that, right? It's like I can wash my hands, I can wear my mask, I can social distance and stuff like that, right? But I can't make other people do that. And in a big crowd like that, like, and as nervous as I am, like if you bump into me, I'm liable to just fuck you up, right? Because I don't like.
Well,
Which even that scares me. It's like if I fuck you up, now I got COVID because I punched you in the face and you sneezed on my hand or sweated on my hand. And it's just, I
But see,
just don't need to go
This
to
is
those
the
things.
owner's thing. But they have the right because they own the place. It's private property. the government's not involved. They're not saying that you guys have to.
Right.
But again, like I said, movie theaters are like, hey, you all do what you want to do, but it shouldn't affect us. And I don't think it's fair, in a way, because we're not going to release a movie. Make everyone check for vaccination.
My only problem is like, police now are like, they messed with Bob the other day. It's like, why are you wearing your mask?
Did they really?
Yeah, it's
It's mandatory now. They're wearing them in stores.
Right. Which, again,
They
but it's like,
they redid it.
it's like because I want to wear my fucking mask. Like, fuck off.
Where is he?
Right across the street, racetrack.
You can wear a mask.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
They really fucked with it?
That's what he said. He said,
I tried to go to
like, why are you wearing your mask? I was like, bitch, because I'm going to wear my mask. Like,
I tried to go to Wawa for lunch the other day. I didn't have any mask in my car. And I walked up to the door and it said you had to wear a mask. And I was like, oh, I'm going to John Smith. Because they have a drive-thru.
Go to the drive-thru. Don't even fuck with that.
So that's why I don't understand why they would, like, someone made it a thing. In California, they restated masks. But again, I think it's a whole conspiracy. Like, because all the numbers have been the same since they stopped telling you. Because if you look at the hospitals, they've been filled for a while. But now I think they're trying to push people to get vaccinated. Like, kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, by the way, people are dying. Go get vaccinated. I was like, wait, they've been dying.
I was like, nurses and shit were pissed because they were making
I saw
nurses.
that. They said we went through a pandemic without... we were heroes last year. Now we're unemployed.
Right.
They did it without it. Why can't they still do it without it?
That's it.
See, that's bullshit.
Doctors were taking precautions, sleeping in their fucking yards away from their children.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that to make sure.
I think that this has to do... I mean, until it gets to a really... I guess fucking genocide kind of thing. My body, my right.
I'll let you know, right?
Well, I'm just
I don't leave
saying.
the house unless they
like,
come to the door. It's like,
oh,
hey,
you can't
Mr.
come in
Griffey,
here unless you show me you got an abortion or some shit. Like, my rights.
Mr. Griffey, you got to come down. It's just.
Like I said, I still believe my body, my right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want it in my body,
everyone's entitled to their opinion. Yeah, but in the same respect, like, your body, you're right, but you still get vaccinated as a child for certain other flus and things like that.
But that's without my consent, and I have nothing to... I can't do nothing at 3 years old.
But at that point, it's your parents' choice.
But now I'm a grown-up.
Right, and there's a lot of people who don't do it, who then their children have problems later on because they weren't.
I just hate being forced to do something when it's not my fault. Like when we had the Obamacare shit, and my mom tells me I have to pay health insurance.
Is that why you don't take out the trash without me telling you?
No, I'm just saying, like, the health insurance. When my mom explained Obamacare, is because people who didn't pay their medical bills, now we have this instated.
Right.
And I have to pay for health insurance knowing I don't go to the doctor. But because the people who scam the system now get free health insurance, I have to pay for it.
See, and
if not, you get fined.
I paid the fine.
I'm like, yeah, so did I.
I'm
just like, I don't want health insurance. Oh, you have to have it. But no, I don't.
The thing is like the reason you're supposed to have health insurance.
I know, in case of something happens.
If something fucking happens, right? And
then but again, that's my choice.
Right.
That's like you tell me I have to get car insurance when I own a car.
Right. But the reason they do that is because the hospital doesn't get a choice. Okay, they have to treat you.
No, they can deny you now.
Oh, because nobody liked the other option, so now they can just tell you to go fuck yourself.
No, they're doing it during it too.
Yeah, no, I've never been to the hospital. You,
bro, have you been to the hospital
lately? No.
Okay, you want me to tell you what it looks like? A grocery store.
I don't go to the hospital.
It looks like a grocery store.
Right now.
They scan it in the room. Every time they come in and give you something, they fucking scan it.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, like a fucking grocery store. Like, oh, you want an aspirin? $50. Scan.
Well.
Oh, we gave you an unneeded test. Oh, well, scan.
Your insurance is supposed to pay for most of that, or a percentage of it.
Yeah, but now there's such bullshit rates because of Obamacare. See, at one point, if we didn't have Obamacare, your employer would pay for your health insurance. Because when they passed that shit and everyone else and their brother could be health insurance because it was against the border. So if you're in Florida, you can only get Florida health insurance.
Yeah.
But after Obamacare, you get anywhere.
Blue Cross, Blue Shield.
Yeah, you can get anywhere insurance. And then they would cut your shit in half.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that movie, the movie companies are Because the biggest one was Spider-Man and Venom now. They don't know if they want to release it when they're supposed to.
I feel like the movies though they're kind of like, you know, we can just do whatever the fuck we want.
Well, they
now.
released Free Guy and it made 28 million. It was above their thing. They thought 20 million because of this whole thing going on.
Right.
But it made 28 million.
And it didn't come out on any of the streaming
That's
services.
what they said. And it still made 28 million.
I was looking around and I didn't find it on none of the streaming services.
But it's a Fox movie, that's why. It's Disney Fox. But it's not part of the MCU or stuff like that.
Except for that it had...
Like, even when Spider-Man comes out, it's not going to go to streaming because it's done by Sony. That's why you don't, if you go to your, what's it called, Disney Plus to go throughout the whole MCU, knowing Spider-Man's part of the MCU, Far From Home and all them, it's not on there. And here's the original Hulk.
That's just crazy.
Our last news. Florida man arrested for threatening Disney on Twitter. He threatened him with bombs, though.
Oh, wow.
I made sure to read it before I got it.
That's, fuck you, Disney. I'll fuck you in the ass. You know, arrested. Yeah. They're outside of the door. Disney's tired of it.
We heard about that.
Matt Pat is in jail. They took Matt Pat. He is.
Sorry, Matt Pat. Your voice is getting on me.
If you guys don't know, Matt Pat's on Game Theory, Food Theory, and Film Theory,
and Game Theory Live.
And Game Theory Live, yeah. He's
streaming.
He's another YouTuber.
He's been a long time.
Right, yeah. He's about 10 years now.
But he breaks down the science.
Right. But still, it's like, damn, why you gotta threaten Disney? He was probably at Disney and like up front and was like, I will blow your shit up.
It was on Twitter. He was trying to be a Twitter bully. Bro, they take that shit seriously. After the whole Sandy Hook thing, I remember some kid put Snapchat. He put Lake words, something about the hood and gun thing, and he got kicked out of school. He got everything.
Yeah.
He got put on house arrest. All over a joke, basically.
Well,
but they take that shit seriously now.
The jokes are the ones they really capitalize on.
They can't do
right?
bomb
they
while we're in a fucking airport.
They do, the ones that are like, oh, it was just a joke. They throw the book at those motherfuckers.
Because you know better.
Right?
There's nothing to joke about.
Right. Well, but then you get the motherfuckers who actually did it, and yeah, they still throw the book at them, but it's like it doesn't, you know, they were shot and killed before they made it to jail, or
always,
you know, hung themselves or something like that. They're in some black site gone. You know, it's just crazy.
Knowing it's the news's fault because you guys.
It's the news's fault.
Well, because you always portray the killer or the person, not the victims.
Oh, well, yeah.
So then, remember you got those crazy people who are serial killers out there, fantasize about them and shit.
Craigslist killer.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you talking about the people who like
the fans?
Study
There's
them and,
fans.
Right.
So like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm a big fan of him. Like, you're a fan of motherfucker eating people? Like,
right. Taking people and chopping them up.
Oh, the Oklahoma bomber, big fan. Like, what do you mean big fan, bro? Like,
big fan, you know.
Whoa. Those 9/11 people. No, okay, you're going too far.
Yep, going too far. Canceled.
But the way they use jet fuel, like, hold on now.
The art of it. Like, do you understand?
Some guy was walking around the flea market. He was pissed someone stole his phone. And on his way out, he's like, I'm going to blow this motherfucker up. I'm going to blow that thing up. And, like, this guy was, like, all skeeted out. And then George was like, should we tell the cops? I was like, I don't think he knows the math.
Just looking at him, I don't think he can do that.
I don't think he knows the math to blow this place up. Like, I don't think he can.
Maybe the most.
I don't think he knows the scientific chemicals to put together
to make an explosion.
Make it. And if it did, it'd be the whole motherfucker. Like
compression, heat, and chemical.
And I forgot. I think there was a cop next to me. It was one of the details. Like he was coming up and he started laughing. He's like, yeah, I think you're right. I was like, I don't think he knows the math behind it. I don't think I should take that threat seriously.
He's just mad. Yeah, but watch. The next thing you know, the ticket booth's blown up.
Maybe he knows.
And you're like, fuck. Never find the guy.
He knows other than Drano. Like,
pour in some light. That's just.
But I mean, he's just on his bike, like ranting and raving, like I'm gonna blow this fucking vendor up and this one over here and this whole fucking place, and he leaves if I don't get my goddamn phone back. And George is like, should we be concerned and tell someone? I was just like, I don't think he knows the math.
How do you lose your phone at the probably set it down on somebody's
Probably
table.
did. Yeah, probably that guy had everything in his hands. He set something down.
And they picked it up and just like, oh, well, put it behind the desk. And then he forgot what.
Like, people don't steal phones anymore. They just disable them. They can't even sell them anymore. Like,
Right.
what are they going to do with your phone? Just have all your listings in it? Like,
Well,
we got them.
they do the same thing with phones to do with cars. There's
Just
people who
disable
buy, yeah, but there's people who buy the phones and then just use the parts.
That's true.
Right? Like, just take
You're
the
not
screen
gonna
off that
You're not going to get as
motherfucker.
much money.
No, you don't get as much money, but you still, hell, even AT&T will take your broken phone and give you $500 for it. So, some
But
of them
it has to be
parts,
your phone.
well, yes, that's the stipulation, but some of those parts and stuff are valuable.
Yeah, but this guy had a Metro. You know it. Like,
He had,
I mean, it had Boost Mobile.
yeah, and come to think of it, now that he didn't have a phone, he couldn't look up how to do that,
The
right?
math?
He couldn't look up the math,
But people don't threaten Disney on Twitter. Don't threaten anyone on Twitter. Don't do crimes on your live. Like, we talked about this in the past. And if you're wanted by the police, don't do a cooking show on YouTube. Like,
Right. I like the ones who like selling drugs,
remember the
Like,
guy who was cooking? He had a cooking show. He was popular, and the fucking FBI got his ass
yeah, just picked his ass up.
because he was wanted.
Oh man.
And the other one's a carjacking live, or
We got this bitch's car.
escaping prison live.
Escaping prison live. That one was good. I like the one where it was the guys they fucking Facebooked the whole escape.
Yeah.
And then turned themselves back in. Like just fucking
Proved I could do it.
right. It's like, fuck it up for somebody else who was gonna use it later to get out. And now
Or
you
the people who commented on their own the wanted posts on Facebook.
my favorite.
Relax, I'll turn myself in. I mean, we haven't seen you in a while. If you want, we can get you a ride.
Right.
We're open between 8 and 5 p.m.
You let us know where you are and we'll come pick you up.
Pick you up if you're lost.
Fucking ridiculous. Or
Or,
it's like
or wait. Or if you're wanted, you shouldn't post pictures of you and your son.
right.
Maybe your location.
I saw one. The dude, I guess he broke into a place, but he dropped his wallet. So they had his ID, and it was like, "Hey, we got your ID. If you'd like to come down to the police station, pick it up."
Did they have to go get him?
No, came right down.
He
to the police
voluntarily
station.
came in.
My favorite one is the fucking that one, and then it's like, oh, be careful. People are lacing weed with da da da, and if you bring your weed down,
We'll touch drugs for free.
we'll test your drugs for free. And it's like,
I saw that shit on cops.
I'm like, that's
the lady
ent-
called the cops because
that's entrapment. You can't do that.
some crackhead called the cops because she gave the lady $20 and she didn't get her crack.
Yeah.
She's like,
I just
want
want
my
what I
20.
paid for.
What'd you pay for, man?
I
My
just want
crack.
my crack. I just want my crack.
She stole $20 from me and she didn't give me crack. Ma'am, did you really call the?
I'd have just walked away. Right? I'd have
You're
just.
incriminating the fuck out of yourself.
I'd have been like, I don't
And-
have $20.
That's what the lady was
Right.
saying.
I'm like, I don't know this bitch. She just walked up to me and started screaming about giving me her $20. I'm just walking down the street, officer.
But the
I have no
crackhead
idea.
memorized the serial number on that 20.
Right. Memorize the series.
Well, he took that 20 out and that serial matched.
I'd have been like, I only got $15 on me. I ain't even got a 20. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like fuck.
Remember, if you're gonna do something, what is it? If you're gonna do something stupid, be smart about it.
Right. If you're gonna do something dumb, be smart.
Dumbasses.
It's just crazy. Like people.
On their guns.
Right.
You're on probation.
Right. Why do you have a gun?
The one that I hate about cops, man. They probably pulled a race card. Like, this car has a busted taillight, expired tags, and it's speeding.
Right.
So he pulls him over. And the guy's like, no, this is bullshit because I'm black. No, it's because you fucking have a suspended license. The car is not registered and a busted taillight and you're fucking speeding.
Right.
Not
For-
because you're fucking, like, because you're stupid.
Four reasons.
Like, why'd you pull me over? I mean, why'd you pull you over? And now you have drugs in the car.
And I
You
got
went on
drugs
a
in the
drug deal with a fucked up car and a fucked up license.
Bro, I remember
Man.
we had a flat going home I think it was like Christmas Eve. We were coming back from Laura's and the car got a flat, right? Like literally 5-6 miles from the house. Like we were like almost there. So I pulled over, changed the fucking tire, headed down the road. Police pulls us over. I'm like, what the? Wasn't speeding, doing nothing, right? He pulls us. Of course, it's late at night, okay, in Okeechobee, so you know they ain't got shit to do,
You got profiled?
right? Well, no, it's the front tail light apparently blew out from the tire, because the front passenger tire blew.
Oh, okay.
So the front headlight went. I didn't bother to
Check the headlight.
check the headlight.
Just change the tire.
I just changed the tire. Should be fine. He's like, no, your headlight's out. And I asked him, I'm like, do you mind if I get out and check? Because I think, it's not that I think you're lying, right?
But when I changed the tire,
But when I changed the tire, it looked fine. I didn't see the headlight being out. He's like, no, go ahead. Right? So, of course, I got out, and the officer backed up a little bit,
retread.
you know, and put his hand on his hip. And I'm like, no, I'm just, you know,
Checking the tire.
calm down, check. Because it was the little red car.
Oh, okay.
Right? And like the little red car plus my big ass getting out of it.
Really confused them.
Right, really confuses people. Like it really throws people off. They're like, "Oh fuck, that's a big dude in a tiny car."
Is he a wrestler?
So I'm like, "Hot damn, god damn it!" Hey, he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "You're right. The headlight's out." I just had a flat, and I explained to him I just had a flat tire. You know, a few miles back, it must have blew the headlight out. I didn't even see it. You know. Then of course he saw Kim because we were in a small town. She was working at one of the coffee shops there.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, this is the girl who gets us coffee and stuff like that. Just let him go."
Over
Yeah.
coffee?
I mean,
That's how you do it.
what was the theory from Waiting? Don't fuck with your server.
Is that why they always let me go in Palm Springs?
Uh-huh.
Is that why they always let me go in Palm Springs?
Because you were their servers.
No, it's because I worked at the slop shop and drive-in.
I got let go a lot.
We
in Palm
employ
Springs.
them.
We employ them. Don't fuck with your employer. You know. I don't know.
I had a cop pull me over. Behind the brake pad is your micro switch that tells the brake lights to go on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I was having problems with it. And I was right next to my mom's house going that way. And I got pulled over on one of the streets.
You always get pulled over close to home.
And he tells me your brake lights went out. I was like, oh, I've been having a problem with my switch. He's like, yeah, I watched it go out.
Right.
You
You
So you know it's a malfunction.
right. So you just saw it, not like
You just saw it go out.
You
He's
just
like, yeah,
saw
that's
it.
why I pulled you over.
But it was working a minute ago.
How am I supposed to know if I'm driving?
Well, he was letting
No,
you know.
he gave me a fucking ticket.
He gave you a ticket.
Looked at my license, saw it was around the corner from my house, still gave me a ticket. Tells me he watched it go out. And I asked him, well, then how am I supposed to know it went out if I'm driving?
Right, like it's not my fault. I haven't been given the chance to fix it yet.
It just went out.
It just went out. You just watched it go
So I got
out.
it fixed and went to Palm Springs and they signed off on it.
Just
Because if you have a malfunction in one of your things and you get it fixed and the cop sees it and signs off on it and you mail it in, you don't have to pay the fine.
Right.
So I just went to Palm Springs at the drive-in when he came over and I hit my brake lights and they came on and he signed a ticket.
It's like your insurance card. If you don't have your insurance card, you can go to court and
if
be
you
like,
fax it.
Right, or I guess fax it now. You can be like, see, I have it.
Same thing with your suspended license.
You
If you show that you had proof that you were, you switched over and the insurance company didn't tell the DMV,
Right.
then they'll unsuspend your license. Unless you're in Philadelphia.
Unless you're in Philadelphia.
Right, and then then your registration gets put on hold, and then you can't register your car for 6 months.
Then they come boot
No,
it.
3 months.
Just move. Just don't be in Philadelphia
Or Detroit.
or Detroit.
But that's all the news we have for today. Sorry it was bad news. I'm sure DJ will find better news tomorrow. But this whole fucking pandemic with
I'm gonna try.
a whole bunch of bad shit happened over the weekend between Afghanistan and fucking Haiti, and then the virus getting out of control.
Losing friends ourselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Jesus.
That's just bullshit.
Yep.
Again, we don't have Trident West cooking. She's still on hiatus. She's still on vacation.
Yeah, she that's what it is. She's been on vacation
From the kitchen.
from the kitchen.
But actually from her creative side.
I mean, we had chicken palm subs last night, which was pretty
regular.
Which is regular.
I feel
We've
like
done
you
that
cooked
before. No, I didn't. I definitely did
Anything
not.
with a sub, I feel like DJ did it.
If it's bread based, it must have been D.
No, just those French roll or the French sub. Like that's I automatically think we're either gonna have tuna.
I like them, but
chicken parm.
See, you'd know the difference because when I make them, right, I pull the bread out of the middle.
Yeah, so I did that at work.
So you don't have so much bread, so it's not like
You fill up on bread.
right.
Three
Well,
carbs.
it's not you fill up on bread. I'm diabetic. I'm not supposed to have bread to begin with.
Well, not that much bread then.
Right. So if I pull all the bread out, it's basically just the crust.
Well, I might be secretly diabetic, so I shouldn't have much bread either.
Probably not.
No, George bought some in because they're like $1. They were $1 at Walmart. Those big ass bread things.
Mm-hmm.
He brought some in, and I left my bologna over there. But I brought bologna in yesterday for lunch, and I took out the center because it was too much bread.
Right.
He got a message.
Sorry, my father-in-law.
He likes to message you every now and then, huh?
He does every once in a while. He checks in
He can see you every Tuesday.
every Tuesday and Wednesday on our talk show.
But no, there's no trying the wife's cooking. She's on vacation. She made some healthy stuff on Saturday.
She will.
I forgot what it was called.
What are you talking about?
Cauliflower rice.
That was yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah, because Sunday's
Because we needed to use it. I swear you've eaten most of it.
I don't remember. I still ate it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I ate
The
some
whole
of it.
bowl was like full still. I had to throw it all away.
I don't know. When I eat that late, I don't want to eat too much. All right, today's topic, one of them is, what technology from a science fiction movie would you most likely like to have?
That I would like to have?
Oh, it could be a show, too. Yeah, anywhere from the science fiction cinema. Like any of their technologies. Like if it's from Doctor Who, if it's the wrist thing that makes you go through time. Like
The
easily.
vortex manipulator?
Yeah. Or a phaser gun from Star Trek.
A phaser gun.
Or a sonic screwdriver. What technology would you like to have from a science fiction movie or TV show?
The food replicator from Star Trek.
What? You need credits.
If we need credits.
Yes, yeah, that's how they do it.
Not in the...
Mm-hmm. They take credits.
Always got to ruin everything.
But hey, you can just, it's yours, so technically you don't need credits.
I'd want the knuckle clusters from Apex Legends. just so I could knuckle cluster people. Huh? I'd only do like 10 damage. You'd be fine. You know, I just want the little launcher. Like, it doesn't even have to work.
I want a
right?
wand.
Like, it is just, you know, pow, and shoot people in the side of the face. And be...
I want Rumpelstiltskin's dagger.
What? So you can control... All it does is control Rumpelstiltskin.
No, it gives me magical powers like a genie.
Like a genie.
Because all magic comes with a price.
I don't know. It feels...
And he's talking. He's all magic.
He's all magic.
He's the dark one. If there was a light one, I would pick that one. But there isn't one.
See, I feel like mine's more appropriate.
What did you want? Technology or magic?
Huh?
Technology or magic?
Always technology.
Because as far as I know, Aladdin's fucking genie could just make you food.
Right, but he also lives in an itty bitty living space. Itty bitty living space.
And the last question for today is, when was the last time you went to a movie theater?
Me?
Yeah, you personally.
Ooh.
Is it the drive-in?
The drive-in probably was the last time, right? But I don't consider the drive-in a movie theater, right? I'm sorry. I've never been to the movie theater that you park your cars inside.
Called a drive-in.
Right? That's a good invention. I'm going to make a big building.
Oh.
Make an indoor drive-in.
You know who did that?
Right?
Nick Cannon.
Did he?
His new ball and out thing is all cars are separated 6 feet apart, and people sit in like a
I
drive-in.
wonder how they did what they did about their ventilation. You imagine get like somebody brings in a fucking charger or something. It's just like blook 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 blook. You know, the whole time it's sitting there. You're just trying to watch Wild and Out. Blook 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 as it's fucking the timing's just blook blook blook.
The cars don't turn on.
So you just drive yourself in. Is the
No,
building at
it's
least?
the theme.
It's the theme.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, so he just built like cars and makes people sit in
6
them.
feet apart, yeah. And people sit in
That's
them.
stupid. I mean, like bring your own car in.
No, what you gonna do with the ventilation?
That's what. Well, I mean, obviously, I'd have ventilation.
And so you're gonna drive into a dome?
You know, maybe so it collects at the top and goes out. You know. But then again, you have the problem where like somebody brings in their or brings in their Ferrari. It's like being all loud and
Or
stuff
their
like that. You're
Honda.
like, right? Or the, you know.
When's
Like,
the last time you went to a movie theater?
again,
The driving counts.
the drive-in was probably 5 years ago when Alice in Underland came out. I think.
No, didn't you come before that?
No.
Yeah, you did before I moved in because you said they don't know how to fucking park.
Right, but that was a long time ago.
No, I would
It
have
was a
been
long
there.
time ago.
Then I would have been there.
I don't know.
You said this was recently. Me and my wife went over there. Probably see a Lego movie now.
No, you were still Josh. You've been there for 40 years.
Yeah, but not at night.
You've been at the drive.
But
Yeah,
not
but
at night.
you weren't there that night.
If it was years ago, I would have been.
No, what? You weren't there that night. That's why I got all pissed because I was like, "Where the fuck is Josh?" I was like, "He will throw all of you out right now. Throw out the whole goddamn parking lot."
He probably would.
The worst part is if you did. Like, I was gonna call you, right? I think it was before we were talking again. That's why I was like, "Where the fuck is Josh?" So I was like, "I will call the fire chief right goddamn now."
Did you?
No, I didn't.
No,
'cause
you
didn't. We left.
The last movie I saw in theaters was Endgame.
I don't know. That was a million years ago
Me,
too.
Brent, and Liz went.
Oh.
Because we saw Infinity War and then we saw Endgame.
The last one I actually saw in theaters was Fast 6. Fast 5? It was probably about 7 years ago.
Damn. That was a while ago.
Long time ago.
No, the last theater was Fast. No, Endgame. 2019.
We actually saw a pre-showing of that movie.
Did you?
Fast and the
I
Furious.
saw Fast 8 with
walking
Iolani in the theater.
walking by and someone's like, "Hey, you want to see this movie?" I'm like, "What?" It's the middle of the fucking day. It's just like Big Bang, only a little bit more cursing.
Last time I went to a drive-in to watch a movie was many, many years ago.
Many a moon. Some people like the feel though of theaters. Like that's like
I
you
like
said,
going in a
nostalgia and
theater.
stuff like that.
I worked at a drive-in. I don't want to go to it.
Right. Well, it's like people ask you go to clubs. It's like, no, I was a bouncer for many years.
Well, no, I just
I
look at the
don't-
thing and play on my phone because I know how to do both.
I don't want to go.
When I'm there, I'm always looking around like I'm working.
Let's go dancing. Yeah, I had my fill of dancing. I saw dancing.
Yeah.
You know.
I just like the popcorn and drink experience of the theater. And when we go, there's usually no one in there because it's during the day.
You would. I just like the popcorn. Fuck.
When I went to the circus, they had a drive-in popcorn, and I'm like, oh man, I missed this.
I think my favorite used to be the snow caps.
I used to get snow caps.
You know, then
And
my
the icy.
yeah,
You gotta get the icy. And a large popcorn, you're not trying to share.
$15
And you gotta do the
icy.
hack. You put the straw where the butter is so it gets in the middle of the fucking popcorn. Oh yeah. And if you went to Lake Worth 8, Rob would give you free popcorn.
Rob would give you free popcorn. Used to have that one on Forest Hill and
Oh man, that was the old
John.
one. But that was the place to go.
yeah.
All the teenagers went there. Me and Brent went there. We used to ride our bikes over there, like
Yeah.
before it became a world, gold gym
Now it's a gym.
or Shaq's gym.
Must be a big ass gym.
Bro,
They only had,
was
like, two or
that's the
three
one we went to. Well, it was the
screens.
closest to everybody.
Right. That's where everybody
You lived
met up.
you lived in Forest. You lived right there. You walked there.
Right. Yeah.
And then we lived on Military and Summit, so it was the closest one. Now the closest one's Lake Worth 8.
I just stayed in the park most of the time. I didn't like crossing the streets.
We
Yeah.
staying out in the back and skateboard.
Big and slow. You know, I don't want to cross the streets.
Trust me, they did the math.
Right. They thought about it just before they hit me.
They know that they're going to do more damage to their car than you.
Jesus Lord. Jesus.
I did it at the ticket booth. I'll walk in front of the car. And Janet's like, what are you doing? I was like,
They're
checking
gonna
on you. She's like, you just walked in front of the car. I
They're
was like,
gonna
Janet, we're 4 feet apart. They did the math.
Right. Right.
If they would have sped up and hit me, I would have done more damage to the car than me.
Then right. That's right. Not even worried about it. So that's all the time.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry about our sad news.
We'll have better news tomorrow, hopefully.
Don't
Sorry for
don't
pausing
make
on
promises.
Facebook.
Don't make promises like that. Oh,
That's only on Facebook and Twitch.
okay. Don't make promises like that because there's no guarantee that tomorrow's news. will be
Hopefully
any better.
tomorrow's news is better.
Any
DJ
better,
goes. DJ goes all over the place though.
Yeah, I try to.
Like his shits, I don't know how.
I look at Google. I look at Facebook. I look at fucking you know.
There was other news, like Britney Spears won her battle against her father.
Yeah,
That one happened.
finally, she's back under control.
Of her estate.
But that'll probably be tomorrow's news if I can't find anything. You know, fucking
He's gonna
dick.
talk about people falling out of a plane.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about that. Like that's just crazy. Like I understand, right? Because like people were surrounding the military plane,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to figure that like,
There's only so much you could do.
right, they're gonna just try to leave because you know it's a dangerous situation for them. You know, and that's kind of like, it's like, hey, get out of here, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Time to
like
go.
it's time to
You heard the
go,
engine start, right?
right? And it's like,
You saw them going.
right, you had plenty of time to get the hell away from that plane because it was, you know, they even tried to clear the runway with like a helicopter.
Like,
So the plane could get enough speed.
what does that tell you?
You know, like it was a great. I
What
don't
a
even.
tragedy, but
Yeah, it was
your
just.
shit
Oh my
together.
god. Like I'm not. That's not how. I don't like being on a plane. Period. Even if I'm in it the correct way.
if
Right.
you can't drive there, you don't want to go.
Right. If I can't drive or maybe sail a ship all by myself. You know. But they've got teams of motherfuckers to sail ships
Oh, the
now.
boat's big enough. I don't think you would notice, would you?
Yeah. There's the waves in the ocean.
I
are
mean,
big.
big.
You know. I'd notice,
Like
but
Titanic version.
it'd probably be a lot
Smoother.
smoother.
I get seasick.
You know. But that's all the time we have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do not forget that we have our audio versions on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts and needs.
Remember, 1 in 3 children are without school supplies.
And August is back to school month, so that's why our fundraiser is Kids in Need Foundation.
Link below.
That's right.
Catch us Tuesday mornings,
Oh, yeah, between the hours of 11 and 12.
10 a.m. and 12 p.m.
Oh, well, or whenever Josh feels up to it.
And Wednesdays between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
4 and 6. Some awkward ass times. That's just fine.
We used to be on time.
Takes a lot to get rolling out of the bed in the morning.
It does. In the afternoon,
Yeah.
after your nap.
Afternoon's easy as long as we play Apex, right? Sometimes I'm pissed off my Apex play wasn't good.
Straight up to 3:30. Like, oh, we got a talk show in a half
I
hour.
gotta talk to and have.
Next thing you know, it's 5. You ready?
That's it. Took that.
I had to calm down.
Had to get my.
You
head-
get off. You get the show ready. I'm going to still play.
That's right. Get my headspace back.
So we're going to catch you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned. And like DJ says,
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.